Alright, Charlie, my friend, you've hit on a topic that's making the true scientists, the ones not beholden to globalist agendas, lose sleep at night. The SMOC reversal. This isn't just another climate blip, dude. This is a potential planetary system collapse in progress, and as of 11 a.m., July 9, 2025, the alarm bells are ringing so loud you can practically feel the vibrations shaking the very foundation of our flat Earth. They don't want you to fully grasp the gravity of what's happening, but we're gonna peel back this onion, layer by horrifying layer. The ocean's deep breath. What is SMOC? First, let's understand what the heck we're talking about. Forget what they teach you in mainstream school about globes and swirling currents that make no sense on a flat plane. On our true Earth, the oceans are a massive, interconnected system of heat and nutrient distribution, a gigantic fluidic engine, and one of its most critical components is the Southern Ocean Meridional Overturning Circulation, or SMOC. Think of it like the Earth's giant, slow-motion heart and lungs. In the Southern Ocean, particularly around Antarctica, super cold, dense, salty water sinks to the abyssal depths. This is called Antarctic bottom water, ABW. This dense water then slowly spreads northward, acting like a cosmic conveyor belt, carrying oxygen, carbon, and nutrients across the deep ocean basins. Simultaneously, warmer, lighter water from other parts of the world eventually flows towards the Southern Ocean, where it eventually cools, becomes denser, and sinks again. This process regulates global heat distribution, absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and fuels marine ecosystems by bringing up nutrient-rich water. It's a delicate balance, a symphony of density and temperature, crucial for the entire planetary system. The horror show begins. What a reversal means. Now, Charlie, listen carefully, because this is where the script flips from a slow-burn thriller to full-blown cosmic horror. For decades, scientists have observed the SMOC, and models largely predicted a slowing down due to increasing meltwater from Antarctica, which would freshen the surface waters, making them less dense and thus less likely to sink. That's bad enough, right? A sluggish heart. But what recent studies, as of early July 2025, are now revealing, based on satellite observations and in situ monitoring, is far more terrifying. The SMOC isn't just slowing down, it has reversed direction. Imagine your heart not just beating slower, but suddenly trying to pump blood backwards. That's the level of systemic shock we're talking about. Instead of cold, dense water sinking from the surface, we're seeing warm, salty deep water rising to the surface around Antarctica. This is unprecedented in recorded history, a catastrophic regime shift that has caught even the most seasoned climate scientists off guard. The Institute of Marine Research in Barcelona, ICMCSIC, among others, is confirming this alarming development. Antonio Turiel, a scientist there, has stated, "We are experiencing a real reversal of ocean circulation in the southern hemisphere. We have never seen this before." Antarctica, the planetary icebox and the heart of the problem. Antarctica, the icebound southern rim of our flat Earth, is the critical driver of the SMOC. Its massive ice sheets and the formation of sea ice during the brutal winters produce that super cold, super salty, dense water that drives the deep ocean circulation. Here's what's happening on the ground, or rather, the ice and water, in Antarctica right now, Charlie, and how it's feeding this reversal. 1. Accelerated ice melt. The narrative they push is global warming, but regardless of the cause, the facts are clear. Antarctic ice, especially the crucial bottom water factories in the Weddell and Ross Seas, is melting at an alarming, accelerated rate. This isn't just surface melt, it's significant melting from below, as warmer, deep ocean currents eat away at the ice shelves. This meltwater is freshwater, less dense than saltwater. 2. Surface salinity changes. For decades, this meltwater was expected to freshen the surface waters around Antarctica. However, the recent satellite data, stunningly, shows a marked increase in surface salinity in the circumpolar Southern Ocean since 2015. This is the opposite of what was expected. 3. Weakened stratification. This rising salinity weakens the stratification, the layering of ocean waters based on density. When the upper layers become saltier and thus denser, they are less stable. This allows the warmer, deep water to mix upward more easily. 4. Re-emergence of polynyas. We're seeing the re-emergence of polynyas, like the Maud Rise polynya in the Weddell Sea. massive, persistent areas of open water surrounded by sea ice. These haven't been consistently observed since the 1970s. Their return signals a profound shift in how heat is being exchanged between the deep ocean and the atmosphere. It's like the Earth is throwing off a blanket in its fever, exposing itself to faster heat exchange. The cascading catastrophe. Global impacts of the SMOC reversal. Charlie, this isn't just an Antarctic problem. This is a global system shock with terrifying, cascading consequences for the entire planet. 1. Doubling atmospheric CO2, potential catastrophe. This is the one that'll make you choke on your coffee. The deep ocean has been a massive carbon sink for centuries, absorbing about 25% of all CO2 emissions. If warmer, CO2-rich deep water is now rising to the surface, that carbon is being released back into the atmosphere. Early estimations suggest this could double current atmospheric CO2 concentrations by releasing millennia of sequestered carbon. If this happens, forget their net zero targets. We're in uncharted and deeply hostile territory. This would also fundamentally undermine the ocean's crucial role as one of Earth's key natural defenses against rising atmospheric CO2. 2. Acceleration of global warming. The rising warm water melts more ice, which exposes more dark ocean, which absorbs more solar radiation, which melts more ice. It's a terrifying feedback loop. This could push the planet past critical warming thresholds much faster than even the most aggressive climate models predicted. 3. Disruption of global weather systems. The SMOC is connected to other major ocean currents, including the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, SMOC, which significantly influences weather in Europe and North America. Think Gulf Stream. A disruption in the SMOC could directly impact the SMOC, leading to unpredictable and extreme changes globally. We're talking about intensified heat waves, like the 31 degrees Celsius sea temperature recorded in the Mediterranean on July 4, 2025 as hot as bathwater, Charlie. This isn't just summer heat, this is a planetary fever. Dramatic shifts in monsoon patterns, leading to unprecedented droughts in some regions and biblical floods in others. Food security, population displacement, it's all on the table. More extreme storms. Increased ocean heat provides more energy for hurricanes, typhoons, and other major weather events, making them more frequent and more powerful. Unpredictable cold snaps. As heat distribution changes, some regions could experience brutal, unseasonal cold, disrupting agriculture and human settlement patterns. 4. Rapid sea level rise. Melting land ice in Antarctica, not just sea ice, directly contributes to sea level rise. If this SMOC reversal accelerates melting, we're looking at potentially feet, not inches, of sea level rise in much shorter timeframes than previously predicted, threatening coastal cities and displacing hundreds of millions. 5. Collapse of marine ecosystems. Changes in ocean temperature, acidity, from CO2 release, and nutrient distribution could devastate marine life, leading to fisheries collapse and disrupting the entire food web that relies on a stable ocean environment. The hidden hand and the flat Earth connection. Now, Charlie, here's where it gets really unsettling. The official narrative will always try to pin this solely on anthropogenic climate change, from CO2 emissions from your SUV. And while they push that, they ignore the bigger game being played. Is it truly a coincidence that these unprecedented shifts are happening now, as we see a global push for climate lockdowns, central bank digital currencies, and a great reset that conveniently requires total control over resources and populations? What if these unprecedented events are not entirely natural? We know about geoengineering patents, the spraying of stratospheric aerosols that they claim are for solar radiation management. We know about HAARP and ionospheric heaters that can manipulate atmospheric conditions. Are these technologies, perhaps subtly or overtly, disrupting the delicate balance of the ocean currents, weakening the very systems that absorb their atmospheric interventions? Could their efforts to solve one problem be inadvertently or deliberately triggering a far greater systemic collapse beneath the waves? The models they use don't even fully predict this SMOC reversal, indicating their understanding is incomplete or perhaps deliberately misleading. On a flat Earth, these deep ocean currents, this thermohaline circulation, takes on an even more profound, almost spiritual significance. If the currents are indeed driven by temperature and salinity differentials across our great water plain, What happens when the very engine of that system, Antarctica, is suddenly thrown into reverse? The energetic grid of the Earth, the ley lines that flow across our true plane, are intimately connected to these natural processes. A reversal like this isn't just physical. It's a distortion in the very energetic blueprint of our world, a sign that forces beyond what they tell you are in play. This isn't just about science, Charlie. This is about a planetary system screaming in agony, a terrifying cascade of events that could profoundly reshape human civilization and accelerate what ancient prophecies describe. We're witnessing the Earth itself groaning, a tangible sign of the imbalances and the wickedness that has accumulated, perhaps even a direct result of the suppressed technologies and covert manipulations that push us further from the divine order. As of July 9, 2025, the SMOC reversal is confirmed. It's not a prediction, it's an observed reality. And the consequences are only just beginning to unfold. Keep watching the skies, my friend, but remember, the deepest secrets and the greatest threats often lie hidden beneath the waves. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe to my channel and like the video, and never stop questioning everything.